Hey everybody, how you doing? Welcome back to the channel. Oh man, yeah, we're busy. Look at that catchy title, huh? Yeah, that's right, you know it. It's been a knife that has been in the works for, well, at least a year, almost a year and a half now. Yes, it's the Kit Badger knife, Ivan a Kit Badger, the woodsman shank or whatever he's going to call it. I have no idea. I think that's what I put on the website or something what we're going to do with, but I just got back in a shop. I dropped the kids off at karate and I'm working on a couple of them. I've got one right here. I got another one right there. And I have another one of the Kit Badger knives over here on the bandsaw. I've got to rough cut some of that. But I thought I would share a little bit of what this whole process was about. Let me put you down here. And before we get to the actual box, I'm gonna have to say we'll have to roll in a little bit of footage from previously. And like I said, Ivan and I started working on this. I reached out to Ivan back, I think, in August or September of 2018. And once we finally got everything kind of sorted out, actually it was probably earlier than that. It was probably around June or July of 2018. And then we finally got together and started talking about styles and designs and everything. So I actually started working on the knife itself back around August or September. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and roll in some of that footage from back then in the day and let you know what we were thinking about, and then I'll bring you back to what we have now. Hey everyone, how you doing? Chad, welcome back to the channel. I grabbed the camera real quick because I'm actually working on a little something and I wasn't going to video it, but I thought, you know what, if this goes off okay, then I figured this might be a good intro to what I'm working on and what you guys will be able to get. I'm working with a fellow YouTuber. I don't know if some of you know it or not, but his name is Ivan with Kit Badger. You can check out a link down below. Maybe I'll throw in a video or something like that, or a link up here in the picture. But Ivan and I have been working for the last few months on a knife for the Badger Den. And I'm working on 3 different models, and I thought I'd bring you along on this. Okay, I already got them profiled. Actually, I got them put. Now, the steel you're looking at here, this is actually mild steel. Sometimes I'll do that simply because I'm not going to use actual steel to get some clamps here. I'm not going to use, like, you know, my CPM steels or something like that to make a few mock-ups. These are just basic general ideas on what Ivan and I were looking at. This knife pretty much is going to be all Ivan's input, a little bit from me, but other than that, this is his baby right here. And he wanted something special for the Badger Den and for his website and stuff. And well, as well as what his, like all knives, you know, I like to say that a knife can be the personality of the owner. And Ivan is really big into the Scandinavian style bushcraft knives. That's how I got my start. I loved bushcraft knives. So what we started doing, we started working on a couple of different designs and styles, but to really make it worth doing, I went ahead and I mocked up a couple of, or 3 pieces here, and just in mild steel, so he gets a general idea on what things are looking like. And I'm just trying to put it all together for him and get him so he can have something in his hand to check out and try out. So I'm going to go ahead and start gluing these all up, and I thought I'd bring you guys along. Whoa, hold your horses, guys. Where are you going? No, we're not done. This video's not over with. Ah, okay. Had to get you guys here. I had to finish the knives, right? You think I was going to just leave you with a bunch of glued up knives just sitting there and not show you a little glimpse of what these things are going to look like? Silly. Hey, how you doing? Chad again? Yep. Yes, this is still the same video. Now they're finished. I finished them all up, and like I said, I'll recap. This is mild steel, and there's going to be scratches and blemishes. I'm just showing you some mock-ups. I wanted to show you the 3 knives that we're kind of working on right here, and these are 3 knives. He's not going to sell all 3 of them. We're trying to use these 3 to kind of get ideas on what feels good. So each set of scales is shaped slightly differently. The blade profiles are different. The spines are a little different. So I thought I'd show you guys and what I've been doing. All right, so we got 3 knives here. We got number 1, number 2, and number 3. Number 1, you'll see it has a really flat spine. all three of them are going to have a little bit of that humpback, and that's really indicative to the Mora and the Falkniven styles. You're also going to notice a little bit of a finger groove towards the back on all of these. You know, you can see all three have a little bit of a different drop, of course, and a little bit of a different shape. But again, like I said, we're going to try different styles. Two of them, as you see, have somewhat of a saber grind. Oops, sorry. Let's get you guys backed out here. So two of them already have a saber grind. Number 1 and number 3 actually have saber grinds. But you're going to notice that the blade profile is going to be slightly different. So that's going to be pretty cool. And they all have a slight taper tang to them. Not very pointy, but just a slight taper tang. Hold on 1 second. Yeah, guys, it's getting that bad. I have to put these on now when I'm doing close-ups on the camera. I'm on the back, and the camera's starting to get blurry. It sucks getting old, but yeah, all the close-up stuff gets pretty blurry here. So let's get back to these knives. Okay, now that the knife maker can see things better. Okay, as you see here, this is a flat. All three knives are going to have a little bit of a swell going across the top, so they don't have a straight spine. And it's nice because it kind of fits in the palm a little bit better. This is a big Falkniven and Mora style, the Puko bush knife type styles, having a little bit of a swell on the spine. None of these are going to be over 7 inches long. Maybe, I think 7 1/4, but I think these are all going to be 7 inches long. And I believe this is going to be about 1 3/8 or something for a belly. Yeah, this one's 1 inch and, well, geez, you're just under 1 1/4, so we're going to be right about that. Ivan wants something, you know, narrow. I tease him, it's going to be a badger den shank is the size of them. But, you know, nice, decent swells in here. You want to be able to fill the hand pretty good, so you got a good grip on it. And it's really nice. I got a little bit of a swell back here, as you can see, the curve to grab the pinky. And this little drop curve like this is kind of indicative to if you've ever had a fillet knife. And the fillet knives were made from their Rapala. It's a Finnish knife. This is kind of that Scandinavian style as well. So that's kind of cool. So that's just a flat grind like that. Really good. Slight taper tang, but not much. Here's one with a straight spine going across the back and a little bit more of aggressive hump going across here. We do have a little bit more of a swell going across this. Again, if things are slightly off cue, it's only because we're just trying to mock these up. You're not going to put a lot of time and money into something like this, but it gives you a good grab. This one's a little bit more rounded and smooth. This one has a little bit more deeper contours. So there's that, and then there's this one right here, which again is a Scandi grind, and it's going to have this slight hump. As you notice, the different style humps going across there. But if you'll notice this, it's a little bit smoother. There's no finger grooves going through the sides. And that's more universal for fit, depending on the size, the thickness, or the skinny fingers, fat fingers, stuff like that. But you do get the swell, and you see, you still have the curve right here, and then that little drop right here at the back that your finger can get a hold of. You can get in and you can really hold on to this knife. And again, it does keep a little bit of that Rapala drop, but not as much as one of these, where you can see the contour of the finger curve, you see. So, but all have slightly different shaped, back ends, and but that's where we're at right now. So I'm going to get ready to mail these off to the Badger Den and Kit Badger, and see what Ivan thinks about these. And we're going to go ahead and try to settle something for maybe a good run for 2019. Oh, so now that you are somewhat caught up with everything, yeah, it was something else. We had quite the process that we went through. And making everything and getting it out to him, and then him mailing back the knife, and then me mailing it back to him again, even after we did the prototypes and got that all sorted. But Ivan filmed his video. He's had his knife for, at least 8 months. I think he got his video in 8 months. When I did my trip last year, and I was coming back in July of last year from my 6,000 mile trip, I went all the way to Michigan and back, did Bell Forest and Carl's Rock Shop and Lake Superior and all that kind of stuff. Well, when we stopped back through, I stopped and seen Ivan over in Idaho, and we talked over, and he had already had his knife, I think, since April of 2018. And so now it's January of 2020. And so Ivan finally got around to putting the video out. He got his knife all dirty and worn, and got a couple of carcasses under his belt with it, but he just sent it back to me because it's the only knife we have. When I sent this out to him, I sent it out to him to get his opinion on things, and then he's like, hey, yeah, I like this, I like that, can you change this and that? So he sent it back to me, and so on and so forth. So I've got Ivan's knife right here, and yeah, I'm gonna have to clean this up a little bit, Ivan. We're gonna have to might have to clean this up a little bit for you, pal. But I got it because I have to mimic the knives. So I started 3 more models. One's going to be the shop knife. It's going to be my knife. So as I make others, I will have something that I can hold on to and do. Because unlike something like a Coyote Works knife or a Coyote Pup or my Rogues or things or Montanas, I've made so many of them now, I can hold on to the knife and know what doesn't fit and what doesn't feel right versus what should be done. And since this was the only one I made, and we made so many changes, I had to get Ivan to send it back to me. So yeah, Ivan was talking about the sheath. I'm going to try to do some like a taco style and see how that goes. I'll make the taco style and I'll send it back to him. You'll keep this one, Ivan, too. I'll mail this one to you as well. Because with taco sheaths, one of the biggest things is their ability to be stable on a platform. With these, I think I gave him a Tech Lock too, if I recall correctly. I think I gave him a Tech Lock. But the Tech Lock, it's such a small knife that it sticks out really far. But if you wanted to wear it on a belt or something like that, because the Tech Locks can adjust to different thickness in the belt, that's an option. But the Tech Lock is wide, and when you do the pancake or the taco style over, it's kind of awkward, I guess. They're not very popular. But we're going to see how well we can make one. I'm going to see what I could do about making one to give this a narrower platform. That'll take off probably about maybe a 1/2 inch in width. You lose about a 1/2 inch in the width of the sheath by doing a fold over. You still kind of have to have a way to draw it in and out and everything. So I'll work on that, and that'll probably be the sheath that we're going to end up going with when you order one of these. These are up on the website, at least photos are. Ivan shot me a bunch of photos from the past year, so I threw those up on the website, as well as a little bit of information. We're not sure when these will be available because in the making of this video, I already have 29 knives that I'm working on right now. Matter of fact, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 knives currently in the process of getting ready for heat treat, being cut, being ground, something like that. So Schaefer's been a bit of a help coming out and doing things. So I do have these, like you guys saw. I also have these getting made up, but I'm not sure when they're going to be available because I just do the heat treat process. All these are CPM S35VN, so I do the heat treat at the same time, and we'll go from there. But you know, keep an eye out on my channel for things, and we'll let you know more. And if you do subscribe to Ivan on YouTube or on Instagram, he does stuff for his Patreons supporters. He'll put out, he's very active over there and does things like that, so he might put information out there first before it comes out to the general public. That's going to be on him, of course, because now I'm just hosting the knives at this point. I'm making them and hosting them on my website, and that's about it. But there's only going to be 5. There's only going to be 5 for the year, so we'll see how that goes. But I do have to order some more steel, but that's not going to be for a little while yet. So we'll have all 5 out and ready to ship or something before Christmas this year. So if somebody might want one at Christmas time, we'll definitely have that sorted. But yeah, so that's pretty cool. So I'm going to shoot pictures in here, of course, as well as you can find stuff on ckknifeandtool.com. But yeah, it's been an interesting little adventure, I tell you that. It's been an interesting adventure. It's a neat little knife, and it fills the hand really good and does stuff. But like I've learned as being a knife maker, there's a knife for every hand and a hand for every knife. And just because it's a knife I like doesn't necessarily mean it's going to be a knife you like. That's why I make Jaspers and Montanas and Rogues and Renegades and the Coyote Works 1.0 and the Coyote Pup and the Amarok and everything else. This is just another knife I'm proud of having had some input in and making. So again, Ivan, thank you very much. Everybody else that's been supporting me, thank you. And we'll catch you on the next video. So remember, like, share, subscribe, all the good stuff. Keep me from the bottom of the YouTube bucket. And everybody's information will be down below. You all take it easy. Have a good one. We'll see you later. Bye.